Meet Martha. She's 68 years old. She is the envy of her cul-de-sac. Rain or shine, she hits her 10,000 steps. Her Fitbit is always happy. Her doctor says her heart is excellent. By all traditional metrics, Martha is the picture of active aging. But then, the airport moment happens. Or maybe for you, it's the grocery moment, struggling to lift a case of water into your trunk. Or the terrifying split second when you miss a step on the porch and realize your legs aren't fast enough to catch you. Here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody tells you: walking is not enough. You can walk across the entire country and still lack the strength to get yourself off the toilet when you're 80. We call this the functional gap. Walking builds endurance. It's fantastic for your heart and lungs. It's like filling up your car's gas tank. But what happens if you have a full tank of gas, but your brake pads are worn out and your suspension is broken? You're not going anywhere safely. If you are over 60, reliance on walking alone might be creating a false sense of security. You might be clocking what we call empty miles. This isn't just my opinion. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen shocked the medical community. They followed 8,000 adults over 60 and found something counterintuitive. The group that simply walked? They maintained their health. Good, but stagnant. But the group that replaced some of their walking with specific, targeted micro-movements? They didn't just maintain. They reversed. We are talking about a 73% reduction in fall risk. An 89% increase in functional strength. And here is the kicker: they spent 40% less time exercising than the walkers. Think about that. Less time, double the results. Why? Because they stopped training for distance and started training for independence. Today, I am going to share with you that exact blueprint. I call it the Independence Protocol. These are not gym exercises. You won't see me doing burpees. These are 5 scientifically engineered micro-movements that you can do right in your kitchen, your living room, or even while brushing your teeth. These movements don't just build muscle, they rebuild your bones, rewire your brain's balance center, and future-proof your body against the fragility that we assume is normal. We are going to turn your home into a longevity lab. We are going to fix the chassis of your car so you can keep driving it for another 30 years. But before we dive into the first movement, I need a commitment from you. This isn't a video to just watch. It's a video to do. If you want to be the person who lifts their own suitcase, who plays on the floor with their grandkids, and who lives in their own home on their own terms, go down to the comments right now. Type, "I am ready," followed by your age. Let's see who is really serious about their future. Are you done walking empty miles? Good. Let's start with movement number 5. The anti-gravity push. Let's move to movement number 5. I call this the gravity break, but you probably know it as the wall push-up. Now wait. Before you roll your eyes and say, "I'm 65, I'm not doing push-ups like a Marine," I need you to reframe what this movement actually is. We are not trying to build a chest like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We are building your body's emergency airbag system. Think about the physics of a fall. If you trip over a rug or miss a curb, gravity takes over instantly. In that split second, your brain sends a panic signal to your arms to shoot out and catch you. If your upper body strength has eroded, which happens at a rate of about 3% per year after 60, your arms act like wet noodles. They collapse, and the impact goes straight to your hips or your head. That is the scenario we are preventing today. But this isn't just about falls. It's about dignity. It's the strength to push a heavy grocery cart through a slushy parking lot. It's the ability to push yourself up out of a deep bathtub without calling for help. So, how do we train this without getting on the floor? We use the wall. But, and this is the secret, we do it with a very specific tempo. Here is the mistake 99% of seniors make. They bounce. They go in and out, using momentum. That is useless for us. We need to wake up the dormant wiring in your nervous system. We are going to use the 3-3-3 rule. Watch me. I place my hands flat, shoulder width apart. I lower myself slowly toward the wall. 1, 2, 3. Now, my nose is an inch from the wall. This is where the magic happens. I hold. 1, 2, 3. Do you see that little shake? That is your body recruiting new muscle fibers that haven't been used in years. This is called time under tension. By pausing, you are forcing your bones to absorb a safe load, which stimulates density, and you are teaching your brain to be comfortable holding your own weight. Then, push back powerfully. 1, 2, 3. That pause? That's the difference between exercise and longevity training. That static hold improves your proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space. Research shows this specific type of holding improves reaction time by up to 23%. That means when you trip, your hands fly out faster and stronger. Now I know what some of you are thinking. My wrists hurt just watching that. Arthritis is real, and we respect it. If flat hands hurt, I want you to make a fist. Place your knuckles against the wall. This keeps your wrist in a neutral, straight line, zero pressure on the joint. Or, move to the corner of a kitchen counter. Grip the edge. This changes the angle and often relieves the pressure entirely. I call this variation the pantry press. You don't need to carve out 20 minutes for this. Waiting for your coffee to brew in the morning? Give me 5 reps using the 3-3-3 rule against the kitchen counter. Waiting for the microwave to ding? Do 5 reps against the fridge. By the time your breakfast is ready, you've just told your body, I am strong enough to catch myself. You've just upgraded your airbags. But upper body strength is only half the equation. What happens when your legs start to feel heavy, like you're walking through mud? That brings us to movement number 4, and we're heading to the living room for this one. Welcome to the danger zone. I know you love this chair. It's comfy. But have you ever noticed that as the years go by, this chair seems to get deeper? And gravity seems to pull harder when you try to get up? This brings us to movement number 4, the hydraulic lift, or formerly, seated leg lifts. Now, I can hear the walkers protesting again. But I walk 3 miles a day. My legs are fine. Here is the hard truth. Walking is a horizontal movement. It's basically a controlled fall forward. It requires endurance, yes. But it requires very little torque. Getting out of this deep chair? Or climbing out of a low sedan? Or stepping up a high bus step? That requires vertical power. That requires hydraulics. When you lose the strength in your quadriceps and hip flexors, these muscles right here on the front of your thigh, you lose your hydraulic pressure. This is why many seniors develop the shuffle. They stop lifting their feet and start dragging them. And what does shuffling lead to? Tripping on rugs. Tripping on cracks in the sidewalk. So, we are going to fix your hydraulics without you even standing up. In fact, we are going to do this while you watch your favorite TV show. I call this the TV commercial lift. Here is the setup. Sit tall. Don't slouch. Slouching turns off your core. Now take one leg, let's start with the right, and extend it straight out. But don't just lift it. I want you to lock it. This is the secret sauce, the lock. Imagine you are trying to push your heel through the wall in front of you. Squeeze your thigh muscle so hard that you could crack a walnut sitting on your knee. I tell my clients, imagine I placed a crisp $100 bill between your muscle fibers. If you relax, the wind blows it away. Squeeze onto that money. Hold it. 1, 2, and slowly lower it down. Don't let it plop. You control gravity. Gravity doesn't control you. Why are we doing one leg at a time? Because most of us are lopsided. If you drive a car, your right leg, your gas and brake leg, is often stronger/more coordinated than your left. Walking hides that imbalance. This exercise exposes it and fixes it. You are forcing that weaker, lazy leg to wake up and carry its own weight. Now, if you've been doing this for a while and you think, this is too easy, do not go buy expensive ankle weights yet. Just grab a throw pillow. Place it on your shin. It weighs almost nothing, but the bulkiness adds instability. Your leg has to fight to keep it balanced while you lift. That wobble? That is your brain building new neural pathways to your stabilizers. Here is your prescription. Every time a commercial break comes on TV, that is your cue. Commercial 1, right leg. Commercial 2, left leg. By the time your show comes back on, you've done 20 reps. You haven't worked out. You've just successfully pumped up your hydraulics. So now we have the strength to push, part 2, and the power to lift, part 3. But none of that matters if your blood isn't circulating properly. Have you looked at your ankles lately? Are they swollen? That brings us to movement number 3. And for this, we need to find your body's second heart. Let's talk about something many of us ignore until it becomes a problem: cankles. Swelling. That heavy, tight feeling in your lower legs at the end of the day. You might think this is just a fluid issue. But it's actually a pump failure. Your heart, the one in your chest, is a powerful organ, but it has a design flaw. It's really good at pushing blood down to your toes, but it struggles to suck it back up against gravity. That is why, anatomically, Your calf muscles are known as your peripheral heart or your second heart. Think of your calves like the sump pump in your basement. When these muscles contract, they squeeze the veins and shoot blood back up to your lungs and brain. If your calves are weak, and they get weaker faster than almost any other muscle group, that pump fails.
Blood pools. Ankles swell. Clots can form.
But more immediately, have you ever stood up quickly and felt dizzy?
That whoosh feeling?
That's often because your second heart didn't pump blood to your brain fast enough.
So, let's fix the pump.
Welcome to movement number 3, the grocery line stand. Why do I call it the grocery line stand? Because you can do this while waiting in line at Costco, and nobody will even know you're exercising. Here is the movement. It looks like a simple heel raise, but we are going to add a neuro twist. Rise up onto the balls of your feet.
High as you can.
Feel that squeeze in the calves.
Now, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3.
And lower down slowly.
Don't crash down.
But that's too easy for many of you. Let's make it anti-aging. The number one reason seniors fall isn't because their legs are weak. It's because their vestibular system, the balance center in the inner ear, is out of sync with their eyes. We rely too much on our eyes for balance. So, we are going to take your eyes out of the equation. I dare you to try this. Rise up on your toes. Hold onto the counter if you need to.
Now, close your eyes. Do you feel that wobble?
That terrifying little sway? That is your brain panic searching for the horizon. By forcing yourself to stabilize without vision, you are rewiring your nervous system. You are teaching your feet to see the ground. Try this progression. Level 1, rise up, look straight ahead. Level 2, rise up, turn your head slowly left, then right, like you're checking for traffic. Level 3, rise up, close your eyes for 3 seconds. If you can master the eyes closed hold, you are statistically far less likely to fall in the dark or when you're washing your hair in the shower. I want to tell you about Robert. When I met Robert, he was 74. He lived in a 2-story house but had started sleeping on the couch downstairs because he didn't trust his legs on the stairs.
He shuffled. He used a cane.
We didn't put him on a treadmill. We just got him to do these heel raises while he brushed his teeth.
2 minutes, twice a day.
After 6 weeks, Robert wasn't just sleeping in his own bed upstairs again, he was carrying laundry baskets up those stairs. He told me, "It feels like someone put new springs in my shoes." That is the power of the second heart. It pumps energy back into your life. So, next time you are brushing your teeth, don't just stand there.
Pump the fluid. Train the brain.
Now that our balance is set, we need to address the most complex mechanical challenge your body faces every single day. It involves your knees, your hips, and the most dangerous seat in the house, the toilet. Let's move to movement number 2. We need to have an honest conversation. There is a specific moment in aging that everyone fears, but no one talks about at dinner parties. It's not wrinkles. It's not gray hair. It is the day you look at a low sofa or a public toilet seat, and you think, if I sit down there, I'm not sure I can get back up on my own. This is the sit-to-stand mechanism. Doctors call it a functional test. I call it your dignity meter. The moment you need to grab a handle, or ask a stranger for a pull to get off a chair, your world shrinks. You stop going to restaurants with booths. You stop visiting friends with low couches.
That ends today.
We are going to fix this with movement number 2, the hover touch. Now I can hear the chorus of protests, but my knees. I have bone-on-bone arthritis. I can't squat. Listen to me closely, squatting does not hurt your knees. Squatting incorrectly hurts your knees. In fact, the reason your knees hurt is often because your hips have forgotten how to do their job. Your knees are taking all the pressure that your powerful glute muscles, your butt, should be handling. We are going to reteach your body to use its biggest engine. To do this right, I want you to imagine a specific scenario. You have just come home from the store. You have a heavy bag of groceries in each hand.
You walk to your car, and the door is wide open.
You need to close it, but your hands are full. What do? You use your butt. You stick your hips way away back to bump that door shut. This is called the hip hinge.
Notice my knees? They didn't shoot forward. They barely moved.
All the work happened right here, in the hips. Now, let's apply the car door technique to the chair. Stand in front of your chair.
Feet hip width apart.
I want you to cross your arms like a genie. This prevents you from cheating by pushing off your thighs. Now, reach your hips back for the car door. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Trust yourself. Your nose should be over your toes. Lower yourself until your bottom barely brushes the chair cushion.
Do not sit down.
This is a hover touch. Imagine the chair is made of eggshells. You touch it, and immediately, boom, you drive back up through your heels. Why don't we sit? Because when you sit, you relax. You turn the engine off. We want to keep the engine running. That moment of touch and go builds power. Strength is how much you can lift. Power is how fast you can react. You need power to catch yourself if you trip. If you can't get all the way down to the chair yet, that's fine. Put a thick book or a firm pillow on the seat to raise the height.
Start high. Master the hinge.
Then lower the target as you get stronger. Here is the prescription. The commercial break is your gym again. Every time you stand up to go to the kitchen, do 3 hover touches before you walk away.
Just 3.
That adds up to 30 or 40 squats a day without ever putting on gym clothes. You are not just building muscle here. You are rewiring your motor cortex. You are telling your brain, I am the master of gravity. I decide when I stand. Now, we have covered pushing, lifting, pumping, and hinging.
But there is one final piece. The missing link.
It's an exercise that looks strange, feels awkward, and is absolutely arguably the most important thing you can do for your spine and your brain. It's time to get on all fours. Let's talk about movement number 1. We have arrived at movement number 1. If you only remember one thing from this entire video, let it be this. This isn't just exercise, this is mathematics for your body. It's called the bird dog, but I call it the super link.
Why is it number 1?
Because it is the only movement that addresses the 2 things seniors fear most: breaking a bone and losing their memory. Yes, this movement fights Alzheimer's. I'll explain how in a second.
First, the setup. We get into a tabletop position.
Many people sag their belly like an old horse.
Don't do that.
Imagine I placed a tray of expensive crystal glasses on your back.
You need to be a steel beam.
Now, here is the pattern. Extend your right arm forward, and simultaneously extend your left leg back.
Opposite arm. Opposite leg. Do you feel that wobble?
That is your brain working overtime. The right side of your brain controls your left side, and vice versa. When you cross this midline, you force the 2 hemispheres of your brain to talk to each other. Scientists call this cross-lateral neural firing. I call it cognitive floss. You are literally cleaning out the neural pathways that get clogged as we age. But here is the secret that makes this rebuild bone density.
It's a technique called irradiation.
Most people just lift their limbs and hang out.
That's lazy. I want you to create tension.
Imagine you are punching the wall in front of you.
Punch it.
Imagine you are kicking a heavy door shut behind you.
Kick it.
Make yourself as long as possible.
Stretch your spine.
When you create this tension, your muscles pull on your bones. This triggers a process called mechanotransduction. Your bones sense the stress and say, oh, we need to get stronger to handle this. You are tricking your body into building new bone tissue. Now, I know some of you are shouting at the screen, my knees cannot touch the floor. I hear you. And I have you covered. You do not need to be on the floor to get these benefits. Use the back of your sofa.
Or your kitchen counter. Stand tall.
Lean forward slightly. Lift your right arm and extend your left leg back.
Squeeze. Hold for 5 seconds. Breathe.
Then switch. This standing bird dog delivers 90% of the benefits without the knee pain. It still challenges your balance, it still fires up the brain, and it still strengthens the spine. Breathe deep into your belly while you hold it. That deep breath massages your internal organs and lowers your blood pressure. Do 5 reps on each side.
That's it.
You have just sent a signal to your skeleton that you are not fragile. You are resilient. So we have the push, the lift, the pump, the hinge, and the link.
You have the tools.
But tools are useless if they stay in the toolbox. Let's wrap this up with a plan for your next 7 days. So there you have it.
The Independence Protocol.
5 micro-movements. 25 minutes a week. This isn't just a workout routine. It is an insurance policy for your freedom. Remember Martha from the beginning of this video? The one struggling with her suitcase? That can be you. Growing older is a privilege denied to many. But how you grow old? That is largely a choice. You can choose to let gravity win, or you can choose to fight back, not with hours in the gym, but with smart decisions in your living room. I know life gets busy. So, I want to make this impossible to fail. I've created a simple 1-page refrigerator cheat sheet for you. It maps out exactly which exercise to do with which daily habit. Waiting for coffee?
Wall push-ups. Brushing teeth. Heel raises.
Watching the news? Leg lifts. You can download it for free right now. The link is in the description below.
Print it out.
Tape it to your fridge. Let it be your daily reminder that you are building a stronger machine. Here is my challenge to you. Give me just 7 days. Commit to these micro movements for 1 week. Then, come back to this video and tell me how your knees feel. Tell me how your confidence feels. If you found value in this independence protocol, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more seniors who are currently walking those empty miles without knowing better. Don't just add years to your life. Add life to your years. Keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.